Day. From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. Minnesota Vikings taking on the Chicago Bears.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in off a loss in the season opener, which doubled as the home opener.
And when you lose that way, at home, season opener, it almost feels like 2 losses. So it's a big fight to get yourselves ready to go to play the next week.
Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Fields finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
This opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Fields now to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Flushed out right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, the gap man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
So what do you make of that? You go on the road, you score the opening drive touchdown, opt to go for 2, and all of a sudden they're up 8-zip.
Yeah, this wasn't a decision that they made right here and right now. They made this decision during the week. Hey, if we get the ball and score right away, let's show them that we feel like we're superior. Go for 2 and really put the pressure on them.
So here come the Vikings as they get set for their first drive. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
On 1st and 10, Dorsey, he finds his man, complete. It's Hayes.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Well, this defense for the Bears, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. From his goal line here, Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well.
And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong. And this is going to wind up a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Dorsey rolling to his left. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And Akers, he is not going to get there. They mark him short of the 1st. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And can you believe it? It's a 2nd safety in this ball game. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And now following the safety, they'll have the football with a chance to take the lead as they begin following the free kick with a 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. On 2nd down, Akers, and he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A quick throw out wide to Mooney. And running with power here. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. He's really starting to get up there towards 1,000. He's now at 997 career catches. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And he'll give it here to his running back. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And they give this time to the tailback. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he whips that one incomplete there. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Bears would extend their lead here just before halftime. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So 2 successful two-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or two-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with only 9 seconds remaining, not much time, we'll see how they play this. And an anxious moment or 2 there, but they do get him down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before break. Dorsey. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We begin with a couple of teams who have not had a ton of success in recent seasons. Arizona taking on Tampa Bay. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, we head down to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. De'Ami Brown up near 100 yards receiving with a touchdown as well. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And it's the visiting Washington football team who have the lead in that one. Curtis Samuel, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answers, we turn it back over.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll go again here with Akers. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Yeah, he was looking for the checkout bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now. You remember last week they defeated the Carolina Panthers here. Good momentum. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. To try again after the sack. Fields eluding the pressure right. That's complete to Mooney. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Now we watch everything with great anticipation because he just had his 999th reception. And yes, math majors, the next one, a big one, 1,000. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. From the 44, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Fields. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. To the air again, Fields, escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete here.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 2nd and 10, Fields. And he rifles one incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now it's Fields. Buying time to his left. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Again, Fields. Flush to his right. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Here's Fields. And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. They'll look to throw, and he's got it. So they try for 2, successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion, and sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back to throw. Dorsey. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, trying to get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That's a nice play there. What we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Second and 6. No, scratch that. Second and 7. Looking to throw. Dorsey out to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he will have a Vikings first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr., his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Point after, up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. On first down, Fields flushed out right. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. On first down, it's Fields. Eluding the pressure right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Back to throw, Fields. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 36. That's going to set them back 5 yards. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. To throw is Fields. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown. Darnell Mooney, 41 yards. And the Bears are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. So that drive there, CD, a good response, and that might be the one that gets them to the finish line, a comfortable lead.
Yeah, and that's all about not letting the team back into a game because they just gave up a touchdown. It was back to a 2-score game, and anything can happen in that situation. But instead, they came through with a really terrific drive right there that ended in 6. So you like to slam the door on teams. In this case, they're trying to lock it as well.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. He's at the 40. 10. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it's polished off by a Viking score. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 25. And the Vikings are right back in this football game. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Dancing to his left. Room to run past midfield. And down right around the 37. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st down, Dorsey. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Back to throw. Dorsey. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Touchdown, Vikings! A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. The extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So a 7-point game, they'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. 4 yards remain for 2nd down. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Wide open receiver, complete. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Now a 1st down throw. Fields looking deep downfield. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down by 15. 50 seconds to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Hayes. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. That's out to the flat for Akers. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case. Down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. And it's good. So that will get them back within 1 score. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. And this is going to be taken in by the Bears, and it appears they're going to win this game. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though. Now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bears, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.